whoever says first, it's easy. Normally, Sudeep, I always catch Sudeep for it, but I think Sudeep is not there today also, if I'm not mistaken. He was not there. Sip Bliko, Sip Samatma, Sip Mrs. Mirchandani, Sip Girish, Sip Sangamji, Sip Paratiyama, Sip Sagai, Sip Pankaj, Sip Atmatre, Sip Yogini, Sip Ansul, Sip Rekha, Sip Gliko, Sip Gautam, Sip Kavita, Sip Rajesh Rao. Welcome. Today, our discussion is on the subject. Is it possible to be partially enlightened? Who is enlightened to give us the answer? Is it possible to be partially enlightened? Let us start. I'm waiting for the spiritual champion, the champion. Shiva.
You have to be spiritual, enlightened spiritually, or you cannot. It is not a percentage over here.
Okay.
You have to become enlightened 100%.
Either this way or that way. Cannot be partially enlightened, you are saying. Yogini is saying it's not possible. Bahut mushkil ho gaya. Very difficult situation. So let us get, I think, the next person on the Rajesh. Am I right? Rajesh Rao. Sir, Rajesh.
Sir, I told that we say that प्यास लगी थी गजब की, पानी में जहर था, ना पीते तो मर जाते और ना पीते तो मर जाते. So both ways, enlightenment should be 100% only. There is no.
प्यास पानी की थी, पीते तो भी मर जाते, ना पीते तो भी मर जाते. ऐसे ना? You said दोनों time you said ना पीते ना पीते. You meant one side पीते, one side ना पीते. No.
पीते तो मर जाते और ना पीते तो भी मर जाते बोला.
Your shairis are amazing. I like your shairi. I don't know whether the answer is right or not, and we will come to know. But your shairis are too good. Okay, thank you, Rajesh. Thank you for your presence, and you have become one of the chant in our Asman when you come. Like everybody else, you also joined recently, but you have become a. Others are there. Who corrected me yesterday? I think Sangamji or Atmatre. No, somebody yesterday told me that Atmatre, I think, sent a message saying that I am here from 2 years. Atmatre said, I am in the call from 2 years. I think Atmatre told. So can we be partially enlightened? We are now going to listen to the Guru Atmatre. Yes.
Sure, sir.
Sure.
Sir, I think enlightenment partially can happen.
Can happen. Now we have a new answer. Yes.
Yes. Realizations step by step we get, and just get realizations, we get enlightenment.
So Atmatre gives a different answer. Atmatre is saying, one, that what we had Rajesh saying, pite to bhi mar jate, na pite to bhi mar jate. Rajesh given shairi. Then we had Yogini. Yogini said, no. Either you are enlightened or you are not enlightened. Atmatra is saying, no, you can get partial enlightenment. So now we have got two lobbies, like Congress and BJP. We've got two lobbies. So we have got two parties in the elections. Let us see now who is going to, whether enlightenment, my dear friends, is it possible to be partially enlightened or not? Who will tell us?
Shivam Sarji.
Shivam Ashok Nishani, bolo.
Shivaji, there is no such thing as partial enlightenment.
Then?
One has to be fully enlightened. For enlightenment should be full, not partial. Partial is not accepted.
You don't agree with Atmatra. He says partial is possible.
No, Sarji. That means you may be on the path of progress. You have not yet reached that goal. So
you are saying, we are asking, is it possible to be partially enlightened? You are saying not possible.
One should be confident that he is enlightened, means he should have passed the degree. That means you have not, when you have not come up to the degree, you have passed the degree, you cannot be enlightened. Partial is not accepted.
Either
you cannot tell in the examination partial.
pass. Either you pass or you
Ah.
fail, you're telling. You cannot do half-half.
Yes, sir. Either you should fully pass, otherwise you are not.
Okay, let us listen. Today we are not listening to all the gurus. Our next guru is Girish. Guru Girish.
Enlightenment is metamorphosis. Either you are a worm or a butterfly.
What about the pupae? What about the lava? What about the pupa?
It cannot fly.
Yeah, so
Metamorphosis has not a form.
why all of
It
you are
cannot
so
fly. It will fall down.
why apart from Atmatraya today, all of you are so adamant on your belief? You are so
Because
strong.
the word enlightenment is the Purnatva only. There is no partial Purnatva or half Purnatva like that. Only when it is attained or realized, it is called as enlightenment. Till that time, you are reaching that point. That's all.
So what is the problem in being partially enlightened? What is the problem?
When all the pictures, individual pieces of the jigsaw puzzle join perfectly and you can see the full picture, then only it is called enlightenment.
Correct. That is, you are enlightened.
Till that time, it is work in progress.
So why not you can say it's possible to be partially enlightened? What is the problem in being partially enlightened?
Either you see the truth fully or you see the mithya. It cannot be half satya, half mithya.
You all are creating confusion in my head. Bliss, what is Bliss? What is your opinion?
Hello, Shiva.
Shiva,
I think when we are partially enlightened, we move between Boga and Yoga, and we are never in the stage of be really enlightened at the top.
So what's your answer? We can have partial enlightenment or we cannot?
When we are partially enlightened, it's because we are only on the path and we are learning how is what.
Okay.
Highlighting.
So it's possible to have partial enlightenment, right? Or not possible?
Yes, it's possible.
Oh, it's possible. So you are agreeing with Atmatraya. It's possible.
It's possible.
You are not believing everybody else. They say not possible, not possible, not possible, not possible, not possible.
I'm sure it's possible because when we are partially enlightened, we have some connaissance, knowledge, and after we have realization. And when we have done the progress of Pirlu, we are partially enlightened because you are in the path.
Okay, so who's next? I think Rohit is next on the line, right? Rohit?
Yeah, Shivam Guruji.
Shivam, Rohit.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what we call as a partial enlightenment. Because like how we said that if we are on the path, then that is because we know the concept, but we have not realized or experienced that Swarup Sakshatkar. So if in that case, if we are saying that if that is if we are calling it as a partial enlightenment, then yes. Otherwise, when there is an enlightenment, we are in the complete bliss. So that is again a fail or a pass. So I feel that there is Sakshatkar or there is no Sakshatkar. I mean,
so what's your answer? So what is your answer?
So either there is a fully enlightenment or there is no enlightenment. So what happens is when even if we are enlightened, our still prarabdha karma still remains, and when we get enlightened, then the karma is not charged, and once we finish all the prarabdha karma, then we attain the second stage of nirvana. Then we don't take the birth.
According to you, it's not possible. So only Atmatraya and Bliss. So we have Girish and Eru. First Girish and then Eru. Yes, Girish.
Illusion versus clarity or confirmation.
What is that? I don't understand.
Either you are in illusion or in perfect clarity or confirmation. So 50% illusion, 50% clarity.
Is
It
it
cannot be.
possible? Is it possible to be partially enlightened?
No, no.
Okay. Eru.
So,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, either we can be on the path of enlightenment. We can be on the path of enlightenment, but enlightenment is aparoksha anubhuti. There can be 100 realizations, but enlightenment is only one aha moment. That is aparoksha anubhuti. And though after attaining enlightenment, it can be some one spark. Then it can evolve, as we go forward and move forward on the journey. So it can turn from spark to a brighter fire, and then the whole, big light it can be. But it is partial enlightenment is not possible.
Okay. So we have only two people who are saying it's possible. Atmatray and Bliss. I want to. Okay, let me ask you a question. I am putting a next question to all of you. All of you who are, including Eru and Girish and Rohit and everybody else. Can you be partially blind? Can you have partial vision? In Tamil, I think they say Vandrakan. Vandrakan means sometimes Amitabh Bachchan in one movie he said looking London, going Tokyo. That is another condition. So you're looking London, which means you're looking west, but you're looking. Some boys have a big problem. Huh? Some boys, their eyes are eyes are seeing somewhere, but that girl comes in, give them one slap because she tells your eyes are in the wrong place. But the poor fellow, actually, his eyes are not in the wrong place. But the girl comes and gives one slap to him because. So, my dear friends, what I'm asking of you is this. Why can't there be partial enlightenment? What is this journey of? That's why today this question came. What is this journey of enlightenment? This journey of enlightenment, many times I've told you, is like going into a palace and switching on the light. You on one light, you can see the entrance. You can't see the jewels. You on the second light, you can see all the crystals, the diamonds. You can see everything. You keep on owning the lights and you keep on getting. So let me explain this analogy to you and then let me see whether we are still open. Till the call is over, the answer is not given. So the point is, suppose you get a realization, I am not the body, but you are still a slave of the mind. Today I wrote a quote, but it has become my favorite quote. When we are in thought, we are caught. When we are in thought, we are caught. We must be free from the mind. Then peace and joy in consciousness we will find. It has become my favorite quote. When we are in thought, we are caught. We must be free from the mind. Then peace and joy in consciousness we will find. So my dear friends, you first get one realization, I'm not the body. Then you get a realization, I'm not the mind. Then you get realization, I'm not the ego. Then you get realization, I'm the soul. Then you get realization, soul is spark of unique life. Then you get realization, my soul, your soul, one. So is it not a journey of partial? How many of you think you are partially enlightened? Can you not be partially enlightened? Why do you have, how can you become fully enlightened without being partially enlightened? I don't, for me, I don't know why you all are so stiff, because probably you are conditioned, you are indoctrinated. Many people are believe, either you can be enlightened or you can't. So you get stuck. When you are in thought, you are caught. When you are in thought, you are put. You will be free from. So I don't know. I'm asking all of you, how many of you believe now that why not? We can have partial enlightenment. So many of you tell me, I am enlightened fully, but I can't realize God. One of these days, I'm going to have a discussion. Have you realized God? Maybe tomorrow or day after. That's the subject. Have you realized God? No, I am not realized God. But I have realized I am not the body. Body will die. I am not the mind. Death is certain. I have realized SIP is supreme immortal power. But this is partial realization. Why do you? Of course, what I think Eru said, you need to have that anubhuti. Agreed. What is that anubhuti? That anubhuti is the first anubhuti. अनुभूति ये ऐसी हो जाती है, आंखों से कुछ दिखता ना है, महसूस सच हो जाता है, एहसास सच का हो जाता है, इसका कोई परोक्ष नहीं, अंतर्ज्ञान यूं ही हो जाता. So when you get that final anubhuti, when you get that final enlightenment, then you become enlightened. Then you are enlightened. But is this enlightenment journey a journey of step by step by step by step? Or in one moment you will get all the realizations? All those who have spoken, I want you all to reconsider and tell me. Who all have spoken? Any change in opinion? Or you still believe, no, I don't agree. No, only Girish, your head is going like this. So I don't know what you're saying, Girish. Any change in opinion? No, Girish is saying, no, I don't agree. Eru, any change in opinion? No, she also saying no. Yogini, what do you feel? Yogini, partial enlightenment possible or no?
So from KG to 12th standard, we keep studying and we get, only when we give that exam and get the certificate, that means we have finished our school.
Correct. So I am saying enlightenment or to be enlightened is a separate subject. But partial education, are you going to learn A, B, C, D, maths, chemistry, geography, everything in that examination? Or you are going to learn from LKG to first standard to second standard to third standard to fourth, partial, and then full.
Yeah, step by step only we will be learning.
So why is it not possible to be partially enlightened? I am partially enlightened. Okay, let me give you another analogy for all those who are refusing to accept. Atmatra and Bliss are already accepted, but Ashok Nichani is not accepting. I think who else? Only Ashok Nichani, one more, Rohit. Now let me tell you one thing, what was coming to my mind. So I got a flash, and as I looked for the number of people, I got caught in thought. Just now, I had one more answer, but in thought, I got caught. So, when you are, is it possible to be partially enlightened? I gave you the analogy of a man with one eye. Can he see everything properly? He cannot see. Suppose second eye also is half blind. He can see very little. So how do we reach that state of enlightenment? Are we going to reach that state of what aparoksh anubhuti that we are saying? That aparoksh anubhuti is the ultimate. So okay, let me ask you, I got back my thought. How many of you feel you are more enlightened than the people on the street? Girish, do you know all the people whom you know who are refusing to accept that even God exists or God is Sip? No, God is Shiva, God is Ganesha. So are you not little more enlightened than them?
This path I consider as taking me to my ultimate goal. They may be having different goals, so I cannot estimate in this path where they have reached, because their goal is different, their path is different. So I cannot compare those two
No,
aspects.
I'm only asking you a question. There are many people on the street who know nothing about the subject of Zoom call or enlightenment or ask care nothing. Are you not more enlightened than they are? I'm asking a question.
Only when the goal is reached, we can say, I have reached there.
Okay, it's a very
In
good.
that time, not.
Okay, it's very good. I'm very happy to hear many of you who are very persistent on your belief that no, I am not enlightened till I am. It's a very good persistence and stubbornness. I call this stubbornness. I'm spiritually stubborn. It's good. Because when you're spiritually stubborn, then you want to get there. You want to get there. But I want you all to realize one thing, that enlightenment. Let me give you one small answer. Shilpa is also on the next on the list, and Rohit. But before I go to Shilpa, let me give you one of my favorite poetries. One of my favorite poetries is "Ik baar nahi, 100 baar nahi, patthar ko marta jata wo, आस्था भरे हाथों से वो ये कार्य करता जाता वो, कुछ भी नहीं फिर भी होता पत्थर का कर्तक, देखा हमने पत्थर तोड़ना पूजा माना, बड़ी देर हुई मगर उसने विश्वास के साथ ना हार माना. Now tell me, the man who's hitting the rock, the crack, that anubhuti came when the rock broke into two pieces. But are you not telling me that as he was hitting at the rock, there was partial weakness in the rock? Do you think that every hammer that he hit was going toward that ultimate enlightenment? So I think we have to reconsider. Shilpa and Rohit, I want you all, because I will not accept you all to have dual opinion. We have to come to one opinion. If you are telling me no, then I need your answer. I need you to convince me. Shilpa, and then Rohit, and then the rest of you.
You're partially right when you say that there are levels to reach the final stage. Yes, of course, you're partially right. But then until a doctor has an MBBS degree, they cannot use the title doctor, they cannot practice. They cannot be called doctor. We will not go to that person, it will be called quack. Similarly, yes, there are stages to pass the school, to pass the university, but until we cross that stage, as you rightly said, it is not enlightened. Enlightenment is progressive in that, but we can't call it partially enlightened. It is a continuous journey till we reach the stage, but it would be incorrect to say partial enlightenment. ऐसे तो मतलब पत्थर का कर्तक भी जब स्कल्पचर बना रहा है, until और unless वो स्कल्पचर पूरा हो गया है, हम उसको स्कल्पचर नहीं बोल सकते, हम उसको पत्थर ही बोलेंगे, आधा अधूरा ही सही. हम ये नहीं कहेंगे कि ये पार्शियल स्कल्पचर है. फिर तो
Okay.
पूरा ही बनेगा ना. तो आप भी आपकी जगह ठीक हो, आप जो बोल रहे हो वो लेवल्स ऑफ कोर्स हैं. ऐसा कभी भी नहीं हो सकता कि एक झटके से रॉकेट लेंगे और हम दूसरे जगह पे पहुंच जाएंगे. नेवर. इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन. सो बोथ द आइडियाज आर बेसिकली right, but different stages.
So I agree with what you're saying. So all I'm saying is that we have to be very clear why we are discussing this. We are discussing this because this is supposed to help us in our enlightenment journey. We are discussing this because if you are all expecting one approach anubhuti to happen in a magic, if you are thinking you think in my journey when I was realizing the truth, and I don't, some of you feel it's very wrong to say, we all are enlightened with the truth sometime or the other in life. When I got that realization of the truth, that moment on 31st of August 2014, it didn't happen in one moment. I got that aparoksh anubhuti on that day. But I think there was partial enlightenment all the way. It was bit by bit by bit by bit. And then the Anubhuti comes. We have got Chidanand and Rekha Parvani. I want the opinions before we. Yes, Chidanand and then Rekha.
Shivam Guruji.
Sure.
Once you are enlightened, is like saying that, you know, the darkness is gone. Now, if I enter a room which is dark, or you are full of ignorance, it may be a darkness in your life for 1,000 years, but it goes with only one spark. So, removing of ignorance is when you get enlightened, the spark comes. I cannot say the sun is having, once you become the sun, there is no question of darkness. So enlightenment cannot be partial. Either you are enlightened or you are not. All the processes is a part of, in avidya only will be able to realize. So whatever we say, compare is all in Dvaita. And moment you reach that place and you get enlightened.
Chidanand, I'm going to take your example. I was in the Maldives last week. And many people, they're sleeping. In Maldives, they are sleeping. But I wake up at 5:30 in the morning in the Maldives. Sunrise doesn't happen in a spark. The sun doesn't come out and wow! It doesn't come like that. Dawn is called daybreak. First, you get one halka sa light. I don't know how many of you have get up at 5 o'clock. Many of you get up at 9 o'clock. So when you get up, the sun is already up in the sky. But if you get up at 5 o'clock and it's pitch dark, I get up at 5 o'clock and I'm watching the ocean in the Maldives. At 5:30, I see a small little light. And then I feel the breeze. And then I hear the singing of the birds. And then slowly, dawn. Chidanand. Then the sun appears. When the sun appears, it is Anubhuti. When the sun appears, it is a sunshine. But the light, partial light, appears even before.
So, but that is for you, for the sun per se. When you get enlightened, you are no longer in the observer. That me goes away. So that I don't think there can be any partial in this. You may try to achieve. See, that is where the whole issue is. Either you are enlightened or you are not. There cannot be partial. And once you attain enlightenment, there cannot be Dvaita.
You're right. That's why I'm not accepting this. I'm not accepting the answer so easily. That's why the discussion is going to be on for the next 10 more minutes till we conclude.
As long as I and you are different and we still see each other as different, there is no enlightenment. An enlightened person cannot, that's exactly what happens. Once you are really enlightened, you know what the enlightenment looks like, what the enlightenment behaves like. But if you are enlightened, you will never see the
rare positions. Atmatray wants to say, answer, and then Rekha and Aru. Yes, Atmatray.
Yes, sir. When we enter in the room and we start the button of zero bulb, we can't see all the details, but some major things. It's a light, like as a partial enlightenment. Or another example, mango cannot ripe, पकता नहीं एक सेकंड में, वो धीरे धीरे पकता है. वैसा एनलाइटनमेंट भी धीरे धीरे
मैंगो भी बनने के लिए.
ये सब एग्जांपल द्वैत के हैं. ये एनवायरनमेंट हो ही नहीं सकता. Even Vedas fall short. Even they fall short of explaining what is enlightenment.
Hold on.
No.
Let Atmatray give his opinion. I am not fixed with an opinion. I want to get everybody's opinion. Rekha, Aru, and Bliss. Rekha.
Sure. Many of us have many realizations of the truth, enlightened before we are enlightened.
Yeah.
But if we are enlightened, then it's not partial.
Both the parties are right. Both the parties have got the right point.
So may I add here one thing? In Pirlu itself, why didn't we not stop at Spir? Because realization is over.
No,
but we went to...
No. Hold on. It is PIR is partial. Purification, illumination, realization is partial. When there is full realization, enlightenment, then you move to liberation and unification.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's not. I think it's a question of expression. This partial. I think I don't know from which angle you're saying it.
No,
But
it's a,
there's there can enlightenment, like darkness. Once it goes by light, zero bulb or this light. Once the darkness goes, the darkness goes. There is no question of
great. So don't go
intensity in it.
away. We will conclude. Eru and bliss. Eru.
So in the Patthar Ka Kritak also, the blows which go before, the final, when the rock is broken. So those blows can be called as realization.
Yes.
They can be 100.
Each blow is one realization, one realization, one realization. So can there, like in the breaking of the rock, there's no partial breaking. Either it's broken or not broken. Tuck, tuck, the moment it breaks, the enlightenment comes. So I gave the answer, but whether we should consider enlightenment to be a process of partial realization or not is a question that we have still not concluded. So we have got exactly 8 minutes before I close the call. So you want to say?
Yeah, you have always given us example that when you got enlightenment, it was just a spark. Then it became brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And still it is going on. It's not, we still learn many things. We keep on learning, but that spark comes once. Before that, there's darkness. But there can be many realizations which result in one enlightenment.
Okay, bliss, and we are not yet concluded. Bliss, we have 7 minutes to conclude. When you walk in a tunnel and you see the light at the end, but you still have 100,000 kilometers to walk, you see the light of the day, but not the light 100%. Bliss is saying you're walking in a tunnel. In the beginning, in the tunnel, there's no light. Suddenly, after you, at the end of the tunnel, 100 kilometers away or 10 kilometers away, you see a light. And now you start walking towards that light. You keep on walking. And at the end of the tunnel, you come out of the tunnel and you see the full light. So she's saying she's one of those who's saying partial enlightenment is possible. So we still have no clarity or no conclusion. We are in confusion. We want conclusion. And I'm reading to Shatma. The process of enlightenment is a never-ending process till your death. God is infinite. It cannot be realized with the body, mind, or consciousness until you're liberated. So one cannot be enlightened being fully in this body. See, I think we are confusing enlightenment with liberation and unification. Let us for a moment. I don't want to give a wrong answer today. That's why I told you every day I come to this call and Sip gives the answer. I don't give the answer.
I would like to say something.
Yes.
Do you see my hand?
Yes.
You see my hand?
Yes.
You see my hand?
Yeah. Partial.
You see
Partial.
my hand?
Partial
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yes, but my hand, you know it's my hand. You understand what I try to explain?
Yeah.
It's
So
not because you don't see all the picture, understand, and you know are enlightened. If you
So
see
the point is,
partial,
what is enlightenment? Let us quickly touch what is enlightenment. Let me tell you that next week, next Friday, we are going to do a session. What is enlightenment? Not day after tomorrow, not this week, next week. Next week, I will be in Finland. And I think this week, Thursday, there will be no call. Today's Monday. So Thursday, I'll be in a flight. So the point is that enlightenment itself is everything. It is peace, happiness, consciousness, self-realization, God realization, yoga. It is a whole. Enlightenment is not one button. So partial enlightenment, I am still not convinced that it is not possible. Although there are only two people who are strongly, Atmatre and Bliss, who are strongly saying, of course it's possible, of course it's possible. But So you have finished, no? Again? So I think that we don't have anybody with a very strong opinion still. Yes,
So may
Shilpa?
I give another analogy?
Yes,
So-
Shilpa?
Thank you. So like for enlightenment, you always give this example of light. You switch on the light and the darkness goes away. Let's say we switch on the light, but dim electricity. Light is there, but it's not to the full capacity. Are we okay with that? In the
So that's
dim?
partial, no? You can't see everything, but you can see something.
Exactly. Yes, yes. But would we call it proper brightness?
No, we call it partial brightness. That's what we are talking about, partial enlightenment.
Absolutely. So, but then again, it has more to go. It really needs proper
Of course.
electricity
No,
for
no, we
that.
are, see,
Huh.
we are saying clearly partial. Whether that partial enlightenment is acceptable or not. Let's ask Ru Mataji. Ru Mataji, boliye.
प्रणाम गुरुजी शिवोहम
शिवोहम बताइए.
गुरुजी I may be wrong, but I feel we are, at least I am an example of partial enlightenment, because we are on the process, but we are still trying for that, and partial enlightenment is possible because before that, we are trying and trying and trying. So I think partial enlightenment is possible
Ru Mataji,
because that is a way to reach our destination.
Ru
fully
Mataji, tell me,
enlightenment.
Ru Mataji, मुझे बताइए, what is the partial enlightenment you have got to convince the group? Tell me what is the partial enlightenment that you have got?
गुरुजी देखिए, I feel जब हम आपके साथ होते हैं, we are fully enlightened. पर जब हम slip होते हैं भोगा में, तो उस time हम नहीं होते हैं enlightened, मतलब consciousness में. When we are in consciousness, we are not that great that we are all the time in consciousness. So whenever we are in consciousness, at that time we are fully enlightened. Otherwise, we are partially, because we are not 100% enlightened. अगर होते 100% तो फिर प्रॉब्लम ही खत्म हो जाती.
But लोग ये बोल रहे, कई लोग बोलते हैं कि it is not possible, partial enlightenment is not possible. So what do you feel about that, Ru Mataji?
Guruji, our mind is wavering. Sometimes this side, sometimes that side. That is an example of partial enlightenment. I feel.
Yeah, we have 3 people now, and on that side, Sudeep Bhargava. There are multiple realizations on the path of enlightenment, but calling these milestones as partial enlightenment may not be right, rather dangerous. Okay, so I am reaching the end of this call. I think what Sudeep Bhargava said is a very good way to accept this, saying that the answer is coming to me from SIP now, and Sudeep Bhargava is the manifestation who has given the answer to me. Partial enlightenment is not possible. Realizations are possible. And this came from Sudeep Bhargava. The answer came from Sudeep Bhargava. And I'm happy that many people on this call, I told many gurus on this call, many enlightened souls on this call. You are enlightened because you're so strong, many of you. And I don't think that Ru Mataji, Atmatraya and Bliss are wrong. But Ru Mataji, correct me if I'm wrong, Atmatraya and Bliss, these are realizations. These are several realizations, but we cannot call them partial enlightenment. When the realizations get together, then अनुभूति ये ऐसी हो जाती है, आंखों से कुछ दिखता ना है, महसूस सच हो जाता है, एहसास सच का हो जाता है, इसका कोई परोक्ष नहीं. That's why all of you are struggling. अंतर ज्ञान यूं ही हो जाता, अनुभूति सच की होती, अपरोक्ष अनुभूति ये है. My dear friends, it was a very challenging session today, and I got the realization only at 8:40 when I was going to end the session. I was thinking that I'm going to get the answer that partial enlightenment is possible. Partial enlightenment is possible, but it is not called partial enlightenment. It is called realization. I hope both groups are convinced of this. Atmatra, are you convinced, Atmatra? We can call these realizations which put together bring that spark. Atmatra, you
Yes,
agree
yes.
or disagree?
Yes, I agree.
Agree. Bliss, you agree? Bliss, we call these realizations. Bliss, agree or no?
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
I agree.
Rumataji, Rumataji, you agree or not?
Agree to Guruji, I agree, but still I feel कि अगर enlightenment हो गई तब तो हम total 100% हो गए ना, और जब
रूमाता
तक
जी,
नहीं हुए तब
रूमाता जी,
तक
जैसे कई लोग ने कहा ना, जब भी हम सूरज देखते हैं, मैं मालदीव में सूरज देखता हूँ कि सूरज की थोड़ी किरणें हैं, वो एक रियलाइजेशन है कि सूरज निकलने वाला है, लेकिन सूरज निकला नहीं अभी तक. जब सूरज निकलता है और हम सूरज को देखते हैं, when we see the sun, when we see the golden light of the sun, we need that aparoksh anubhuti. And therefore, I like this session a lot. One of the best sessions. I liked so many of you, and it looked like we were having panja. We were having this panja ladai, and you all said no, many of you. And I think that it is an amazing thing. I think Eru wants to say something before we close. Yes, Eru.
You always give example of a magnifying glass. When it is focused on one point, then only the magnifying glass is sunlight.
The fire
Then
can
we
come.
get the fire. Yeah.
So as long, I'm taking from what Eru is saying, as long as you keep on holding the glass and you keep on keeping the paper, there is no fire. The moment the fire happens, then the fire happens. With that note, I bow down to you and thank you for your gyan which you have given me today. I bow down to you.